everyone this evening. First, wanted to say thank you to Father Vincent. Father Vincent over there, if anyone give him a hand, please. Father Vincent, would you be kind enough to lead us in a small prayer?
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God is with us with His grace and His love for mankind, always now and ever, and to the ages of ages. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Small enough?
We're going to make it positive. I want to welcome everyone tonight, the ward leaders, our guests. Tonight we want to have an election for the chairman of the Republican Party of Philadelphia. So the first thing I want to do is appoint Steve Nesevich as our teller tonight, and our parliamentarian will be Matthew Wolfe, Esquire. So the first thing we're going to do is to take a roll call so we can establish a quorum, and we'll start first with Steve.
First ward. Dominic Chiavarelli is the ward leader of the first ward. He appears to be absent.
Second ward.
Suzanne Haney.
Here.
She's here.
Third ward.
David O.
Absent.
Okay.
Fourth ward.
Joe Thomas is the ward leader of the fourth ward. I have noted that Ricardo Santiago, his ward chairman, is here.
Fifth ward.
Mike Civic.
Present.
Sixth ward.
Keith Smith was the ward leader there. He is under contest and cannot vote until the contest is heard.
Seventh ward.
That ward is vacant. Ellen Maynor was the ward leader. However, she changed her party registration and by operation of the bylaws can no longer serve as a ward leader.
Eighth ward.
Lindsay Deering.
Here. Ninth ward.
Frank Hendry was the ward leader of that ward. He is under contest and cannot vote until that contest petition has been heard.
10th ward.
That ward did not organize this year, or after the last election.
11th ward.
Ronald Wooten was the ward leader of that ward and is under contest. He cannot vote until the contest petition is heard.
Linda Bateman. 12th ward.
Linda Bateman is the ward leader. I do not see her here.
13th ward.
That ward is vacant. Lamont Ebron was the ward leader. He changed his party registration from Republican and therefore cannot serve in that position at this time.
14th ward.
That'd be you.
15th ward.
Jason Breehouse is the ward leader. I had noted that David Thompson, the ward chairman, is here representing that ward.
16th ward.
Vicki Freeman is the ward leader, and she's here.
Excuse me, Steve. Sorry. Lamont's mother is here, and I thought she was the chairman. Is that not correct?
It doesn't matter. According to the bylaws, no proxies are allowed. However, a ward chairman can represent a ward leader who is absent. In the case where the ward leader is vacant, though, you can't represent where there's nobody there. I did note that you're here, and we appreciate that. But we're following the bylaws on this.
17th ward.
Jerry Brown is the ward leader,
Present.
and he's here.
18th ward.
Vince Fennerty is the ward leader. I do not see him.
19th ward.
There were no committeemen elected in that ward, therefore that ward could not have organized.
20th ward.
Jesse Woods is here.
21st ward.
Walt Vogler was the ward leader in that ward. He is under contest and is not qualified until the contest petition is heard.
22nd ward.
Kevin Kelly is the ward leader,
Present.
and he's here.
23rd ward.
Bill Pettigrew is the ward leader. I did not see Bill.
24th ward.
Joe Samuels was the ward leader. His election was contested. He cannot vote until that contest petition has been heard.
25th ward.
John Taylor was the ward leader. He was under contest and cannot vote until that contest petition has been heard.
26th ward.
Jimmy Dentino was the ward leader, and he was under contest and cannot vote until that contest petition is heard.
27th ward.
That would be me.
Present. 28th ward.
Vicki Freeman is the ward leader, and she is here.
29th ward.
Lou Harris is the ward leader. He's here.
30th ward.
That ward is vacant. Keith Todd was the ward leader. He has resigned.
31st ward.
Vince Fennerty was the ward leader in that ward and is under contest and cannot vote until that challenge is heard.
32nd Ward.
Ernest Pridgeon is the ward leader. I note that his ward chairman, Mr. Lawrence, is here.
33rd Ward.
That is vacant. Matt Slonaker was the ward leader. He has resigned.
34th Ward.
Joe DeFelice is the ward leader. Here. And he's here.
35th Ward.
Chucky Tilley is the ward leader. She is under contest and cannot vote until that challenge has been heard.
36th Ward.
36th ward is vacant. Pat Warren was the ward leader in that ward, and he resigned.
37th Ward.
That ward did not organize.
38th Ward.
The 38th ward is vacant. Al Schmidt was the ward leader in that ward and has resigned.
39A.
Well, the 39th ward, under the bylaws, there is no 39A and 39B, which is one problem. The other problem is that both of the gentlemen who were elected or claimed election to different sections of that ward were under contest and cannot vote until those contests have been heard.
40A.
Annie Havey is the ward leader of 48. She is here.
Just for 40B.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, there is no 40B.
41.
James Lewis was the ward leader. He is under contest and cannot vote until that contest is heard.
42.
Carol Golden is the ward leader. I did not see her here.
Ward 43.
Troy Bowie is the ward leader. I did not see him here.
Ward 44.
Ward 44 is vacant. Unfortunately, Bruce Harris, who was the longtime ward leader there, passed away very recently.
Ward 45.
Kevin Passway is the ward leader. I did not see him here.
Ward 46.
Mark Supple is the ward leader. His ward chairman, Monica Supple, I believe, is still here. Yep, she's here.
Ward 47.
That position is vacant. Don Garrett was the ward leader. He resigned when he took the position with the city.
Ward 48.
Jimmy Dentino is the ward leader of that ward. I do not see him here.
Ward 49.
Ward 49 is vacant. Betty Blong was the ward leader and was under contest. She unfortunately also passed away recently.
Ward 50.
Howard Walker is the ward leader. I don't know him.
Ward 51.
Andrew Gench is the ward leader.
Andy.
I do not see Andy here.
Ward 52.
Lamont Foreman is the ward leader, and he is here.
Ward 53.
Len Amadei was the ward leader. He is under contest and cannot vote until that contest is heard.
Ward 54.
Bill Pettigrew is the ward leader, and as before, we did not see him here.
Ward 55.
Chris Vogler is the ward leader, and I do not see him here.
Ward 56.
Al Taubenberger was the ward leader, is under contest and cannot vote until that contest petition is heard.
Ward 57.
Dennis O'Brien, Councilman O'Brien is the ward leader. I did not see him here.
Ward 58.
Ward 58 is unfortunately vacant due to the death of Al Dunkelberger, actually some time ago.
Ward 59.
Dean Weirs is the ward leader,
Present.
and he's here.
Ward 60.
That ward is vacant. Eric Quick was the ward leader and moved to Atlanta.
Ward 61.
Bill Ivers was the ward leader there. He is under challenge and cannot vote until the contest petition is heard.
Ward 62.
John Stallmaster claimed to have been elected. That was under contest, and he cannot vote until the contest petition is heard.
Ward 63.
Bob Riley was the ward leader. He was under contest and cannot vote until the contest petition is heard.
Ward 64.
That ward is vacant. The ward leader, former Representative Purcell, ceased to be a qualified elector, and that is now vacant.
Ward 65.
Phil Inamorado? Present. And he's here.
Ward 66.
Joe Duda is the ward leader of that ward. I did not see him here. There are 35 wards. with representation eligible to vote. Quorum would be 18. If I counted correctly, and I think I did, we have 20 people here, so a quorum has been established.
Is that correct, Mr. Kusevich, our teller?
Yes, it is.
Okay, first I'd like to open up the floor for nominations for chairman. Do I have any nominations? Mr. Weirs?
I nominate Rick Helberg of the 21st Ward to be the first democratically elected chairman of the Republican City Committee in 138 years.
A second.
Take note, the second is by Mr. Woods. Are there any other nominations?
I would like to nominate Louis Harris Jr. for vice chair.
We're just going to start with the chairperson.
Oh, just chair.
Any other nominations for chair? No further nominations, and nominations are closed.
I move that we elect Rick Helberg by unanimous acclamation.
Well,
No. There is a provision under the bylaws that we have to have a roll call vote.
Okay.
Sorry,
I move for a roll call vote.
don't have to, but we appreciate it.
okay. Presentation perhaps by Mr. Helberg before the vote. Mr. Helberg
Say a
here.
few words.
Sure. If forced to speak, I will.
I've always said sometimes it's better to remain silent and be caught a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt.
Thank you very much. In 1774, John Adams coined the phrase, "a government of laws, not of men," in a letter chastising the British Parliament and King George for ignoring their constitution and passing insufferable laws on the American colonies. All of our founding fathers understood that the rule of law is the most important thing. And they took great steps to make sure that we knew that that rule of law would hold true and would be used in all situations. If the leadership of the Republican City Committee had learned those lessons from our founders, we wouldn't be here this evening. I am honored that you would nominate me, and if elected to this position as chairman, I can tell you that the first thing I will do is we will work every meeting, everything we do by the letter of the bylaws, just as we're doing here this evening. I promise that if the bylaws ever need to be changed, they will not be changed by one person cutting and pasting in the dead of the night. They will be changed in an open discussion, in an open forum, just as we're doing here, and will be changed by majority rule with each and every board leader having one vote. I will also tell you that I think, as I see as my responsibility as chair, is to be the face of the party in Philadelphia. Now, I'll leave it up to all of your individual opinions whether this face is an improvement or not. But I will look at it and say that I think what I'm going to need to do, whether it's representing us in front of the state, whether it's raising money, or whether it's actually giving the citizens of Philadelphia a voice when the ruling elite try to tell us things like 94 million in new taxes is not a tax increase. The new definition of the word temporary is forever. And the best way to cut city expenses is let's suspend payments into all the pension plans. I promise you that I will be there and we will do all of those things. Lastly, I think it's important that we understand that the best thing for any government is to have two viable parties so that one can keep the other's feet to the fire. There was a campaign slogan that was started a few years ago by, I think pretty much got this whole little movement going, where a guy running for controller said, we need him to keep an eye on those guys. That's what we need here. We need a functioning Republican Party of you folks in here to keep an eye on those other guys. And I will promise you that we will maintain that. We will look to do three things. Increase the registration of Republicans in this city. We will build on the structure of the wards that we already have. And we will recruit, we will train, and we will elect good quality Republican candidates. So again, I thank you very much for this honor. I will do my very, very best to live up to the confidence you've shown in me, and I appreciate it greatly. Thank you.
I'd like to open up the floor to any discussion, but I do want to limit that to the ward leaders, please. So any comments, discussion?
Yeah, sometimes, I'm Kevin Kelly, the 22nd Ward Leader. Sometimes folks who haven't been around for as long as others may question, and it's in their best motives to say, hey, you know, why can't we just get along? Why can't we do this? Why can't we come together? And that is a noble sentiment. But the fact of the matter is that there are certain people who have no interest in doing that. And I'll be even more blunt. Certain people have no interest in doing that because the things that they personally gain by the current situation, and I mean personally, down to a single person or two people, they couldn't get in the free market of ideas. What they only get is what's given to them as payment for rendering what you just heard. Vacant wards, you know, people who have wards that haven't been represented for decades upon decades. And you get what you have in Philadelphia, which is a city on the verge of collapse. And I'm not interested in being a part of that. So, while I appreciate that sentiment, there are certain people who do not want to win elections, who do not want to build the Republican Party. And I'm sorry, but this city can't suffer because certain people can't tear the leather in the real world. So we must do what we're doing tonight, and we're doing it, by the way, to the letter of the law. So I just want to say thank you for being here. It has been a long struggle, and for folks who've only come in the last few years, just understand that every other avenue has been exhausted, and that's why we're here tonight. And thank you.
I wanted to concur a little bit with Kevin, because Kevin and I, Joe and Matt, have been at this for almost 5 years. And trust me, we've tried to accommodate, we've tried to work with other people, and it just has not played itself out. So here we are tonight, we're finally taking this big turn, this big leap. And I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight and coming here, and all the new ward leaders for being here, helping us with the quorum, helping us with the vote, and to move forward. That's what I want to do, is to move this party forward so it's a two-party town. So thank you all again. Any other comments?
Question.
Sure.
Yeah, I have received information on both sides about how legal it is. I wanted you to express a little more detail in how legal the election will be. Can it be challenged, and what's the possibility of being thrown out of that?
Very good question. I will leave that to my two legal eagles. One is Matt Wolfe, and the other is Larry Otter, who are experts in what's called election law. So, Mr. Wolfe?
I believe that the process we're going through is according to the letter of the bylaws. There is a vacancy for chairman. The Republican State Committee held a hearing, the Credentials Committee held a hearing. Vito Canuso testified at that hearing. He had every opportunity to defend himself. It was a fair hearing run by fair people, and there was a unanimous decision that his election was vacated due to numerous election irregularities, and was going to continue vacant until an election substantially free of election irregularities was held. That's what we're doing here. Because there's a vacancy, the bylaws provide that the next officer can fulfill those duties. So to call a meeting, the first vice chairman has the right to call a meeting. Mike Civic was elected first vice chairman at that organizational meeting, and he has not been contested. We sent out notices according to the bylaws. You only have to send them out 48 hours in advance, and we sent them to the appropriate ward leaders last Thursday. I have certificates of mailing. I handle the mailing. I have certificates of mailing showing exactly who we sent them to, and to what addresses. So, you know, we followed it according to the bylaws. We're having a roll call here. We're explaining, and this is being filmed. If there's any question as to what happened here, there shouldn't be a question as to the facts of what happened here. If somebody, now these can always be challenged, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if we end up in court. And that might not be inappropriate. But we don't have to, and the goal is not to replace Vito Canuso. The goal is to build a Republican Party so that we can go forward and be competitive in this city and affect public policy so that we have a better quality of life for all of the citizens. And I think that we're moving in that direction. But I think we're doing it according to Hoyle. I'd certainly rather be arguing our side of this than their side of this if it does come to that.
Larry, maybe a few comments from you.
I can say I was there the day that we had a hearing that ultimately led to the removal of Mr. Canuso as the county chairman. To answer your question, yeah, I expect a challenge. Let's be realistic. I'll see you in court. We'll fight it. And we'll win.
So we're prepared to do that. Any other discussions? Yes.
My name is David Thompson. I'm from the 15th Ward. I've been committeeman since 1982, following the nomination of Joe Smith as both a Democrat and a Republican for a special election, something I did not like, and that's why I became a committeeman. I'm delighted to see what's happening tonight. I want to speak to the question before us. Should we elect Rick Helber? We definitely should. This is a man that has good skills at motivating people. He was a fine candidate for Congress. I think he has skills at raising money, and I think he has skills at bringing the party together, which is what I hope will happen. So thank you very much. And I am going to be also relying on the skills of my friend Matt Wolfe, and perhaps Mr. Otter, which I didn't know him before, in winning in court or eventually settling, whatever happens.
Thank you, David. Any other discussion? If none, we will close that forum and move to the vote.
Only the ones that are here. Well, let me ask this. Has any other ward leader come in since we got started? I didn't see anybody. Fine. Okay.
Second ward, Suzanne Haney.
Fourth ward, Ricardo Santiago.
Fourth ward, Ricardo Santiago.
Also vote for Mr.
Fifth ward, Mr. Civic.
Helberg.
Eighth ward, Mr. Gearing.
Helberg.
14th ward, Mr. Wolfe-Cibik. Mr. Helberg. 15th ward, Mr. Browse.
That'd be David Thompson.
Mr. Helber.
16th ward, Ms. Freeman. 17th ward, Mr. Brown. 20th ward, Mr. Woods. 22nd ward, Mr. Kelly. 27th ward, Mr. Wolf.
Rick Helberg.
28th ward, Ms. Freeman. 29th ward, Mr. Harris. 34th ward, Mr. DeFelice.
You missed the 32nd ward, which would be Mr. Lawrence, the chairman of that
My
board.
apologies. 32nd ward, Mr.
Nope.
40th ward, Ms. Havey.
Rick Helber.
46th ward, Ms. Sutton. 52nd ward, Mr. Foreman.
Rick Helber.
69th Ward, Mr. Wertz.
Halbert.
65th Ward, Mr. Inalado.
Rick Helberg. Okay. Congratulations to Rick.
Congratulations to our new chairman, Rick Helberg. What I'd like to do is maybe now open the floor to anyone else who wants to make any comments or any discussion. Anyone? Okay, Charlie.
Thurman Spence, of 17th Ward, Executive Chair, Ward Leader Jerry Brown. I would like to know, well, I know Rick personally, but I would like the board to know, when we have empty wards, will it not be something, we're gonna play games like they did in the past and take them away from people, or not accept the petitions? Will the petitions be honored like they're supposed to be and not just signed off and said, no, they're not good? Will we have that guaranteed now?
You would have it for me, certainly, but I think Rick, as the chairman, and I would fight for that. And that will not
I
happen.
know Rick would, but I was just addressing it in general
Yeah.
because it's an issue. And the fact, the bylaws state that if the ward leader is not here, the chair is supposed to be able to speak for them, but not allowed to vote. That's not in the bylaws. The bylaws state that it's an act.
We will abide by the bylaws. The bylaws will be our Bible.
All right, word to the T.
There'll be Bible laws.
Thank you.
Peter?
I just want everybody to give a great round of applause to our council, Larry Harder. Larry is a Bucks County Democrat who is
That
employed
doesn't
by
make him a bad
Republican-
person.
who's employed by Republican organizations all across the state. He's probably one of the state's leading election law attorneys. And if Larry says that this is the go in court, then I'm going to take that to the bank. So let's give a hand to Larry.
The other, Jesse? Jesse?
Yes, I've been awarded here in Philadelphia since 2000. I was appointed by Caruso, and in the following 2 years, the next election, I went out, got petitions, and then got elected. I stayed elected ever since, but I've been struggling. I talked to Vic and some of the other people here, and they agree we need to have some serious change take place because North Philadelphia is tough. And in my opinion, I know Philadelphia, everybody has their experience, I know, but I've been in North Philadelphia, let me tell you, that kills all the votes. So we have to, some of us are doing things to turn North Philadelphia around. We want to win some elections. Okay, so I'm just saying this as a comment. Let's do this. I'm tired, I want to win.
You're here. Quick acknowledgement, when it was Peter mentioned about Larry being a Democrat, I want to acknowledge another Democrat who's helped me a lot, who's David Lynn over there. David's a computer genie, and he's helped me put together this database with his software where we can look at the infrastructure and the voter database for different wards, different street lists, etc. I've worked with Annie on this, and so he's been very, very helpful and wants to continue to help us. So that's going to give us the tools we need to really look at the demographics of our wards so we can then push that down to the committee people so we can have a more effective and stronger Republican Party here in Philadelphia. So thank you, David.
Somebody said we should elect some winners. Last year, we elected Al Schmidt over someone else, who most of you know who, and that was a big win for Republicans and for everybody in the city that wants honest, fair elections conducted according to the law. And we should remember that Al Schmidt is doing the job. He can't be involved in partisan politics anymore. Unlike some other commissioners who think they can. So I am glad that we already have a winner.
Thank you, David. No other further comments or discussion? I'm going to look for a motion to adjourn.
All done.
Second? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.